what a week on FT Live. And the story of the week in baseball has to be $87.5 million in the offseason to Willson Contreras to be the catcher of the future for the Cardinals. And wait, after a month and change, Kratzy, he's out of the mix?
Man, it's more than him. It's a lot of other people that need to take ownership, and Ryan Helsley talked about that, and it was super awesome, Flav.
Yeah, and don't forget about Zach Gallen. Just keeping up with who didn't vote for him. I mean, come on, man. He's got a lot of good things coming up. Jersey boy's finest.
The Gallen interview was great, and so was Joe Musgrove. He had all kinds of real talk for you, but let's start with Contreras and that catching fiasco in St. Louis.
Why are they having this meeting after they demote him? Shouldn't you have this meeting before you make this public and say, we're trying all these things, give it a chance to get there, and then, oh, by the way, he's not our catcher anymore, we're going to keep working with him?
You talk about Harrison Bader doesn't run. You talk about Tyler O'Neill doesn't run. You send Jordan Walker down because of XYZ and X3 squared. But now all of a sudden, oh, we're really tight-lipped about this one. We're going to keep it in-house.
If I'm the pitcher, it is my freaking ball. I got the ball in my hand. I can throw whatever pitch I want to throw. If I want to throw a damn 0-2 high heater and the catcher puts down slider, all I got to do is go, nope. And he puts down slider again, and you go, nope. And then he puts it down again, and you say, nope. And guess what the catcher's going to do? Timeout. And you go to the mound, and then you say, hey, Jack, what do you want to throw? And he goes, high fastball. Then you say, okay, well, I think slider. You give him reasons. He gives you his reasons. Okay, guess what, Jack? It's your ball. You win. Throw me the high fastball. Then it gets hit. Just saying. Say it gets hit. Guess what? You only got one person to blame. It goes back to that. Me. So guess what? Take the little buttons, put them on your little glove, and call whatever you want. Because I've always said, if you want to call the game, do it.
I think too much of the blame probably goes on the catcher. I think that, for me especially, I had a game in San Fran. I walked off through on homer and was soft the whole at bat, and left the best one he's seen right down the middle of the plate. And obviously at this level, guys aren't going to miss too much. So that's definitely on me, where I think is, a lot of people are like, oh, well, why didn't he call a fastball there, but, tomato, you could take it both ways.
The Cardinals, they got their certain ways about how they go about something. Listen, I mean, I'm not saying don't go to camps for all minor leaguers out there, but my thought was like, I just got done playing the season, and I'm going to handle my business in the off season, and you're not paying me in the off season. So it's like, I can't make the camp. Like, traded 4 big leaguers for one guy. So it's like, yeah, the math the math isn't adding up on that one, if you ask me.
Yachty was different. He definitely spoiled us. Coming up, made it easier on me. Not having to really think a whole lot out there, and he's just different. It's the only way to explain it. And he was so good at catching. I throw upper 90s, 100 most of the time, and in 21, I was messing with the 2-seam a little bit, and I'd ask him, like, hey, do you want to call like a sinker or 4-seam, to separate it, because they got different action. And he's like, no, just throw it, I'll catch it.
I really appreciate those fans. Let me tell you, they know how to show you a good time. It was magical out there. It was special. The love, the energy that I felt from that stadium, man. It just overcame me with emotions, and I just couldn't get it together out there. I had so much more I wanted to say, but just the cheering, my mom, all my coaches, just the Kansas City Royals in general, everybody that showed up, it was a packed house, and it was awesome.
I understand where the fan base is, has the excitement over, but first game of the year against a team that whooped our ass all year last year. And you talked about the level of excitement when we beat them. Like, I thought fans should be happy. They should be excited. We got our ass kicked by those guys. I think we won 5 games against them all year long. And as players, it felt good. It's like that fucking boogeyman that follows you around everywhere, and you can't beat them. They beat you at home. They beat you on the road, and then to come back and beat them when it matters most. Yeah, it felt really fucking good.
I got a screenshot on my phone. It's in my photo album for sure.
Wow. Okay.
I love that.
What
That's
is? Who
voted for him?
You want me to check? I could find it. Let's see. There's 2 writers in Chicago who didn't give me a vote. Let's see. There's a writer in LA that looks like didn't give me a vote. I can't even say writer. A writer in 2 writers in Miami didn't give me a vote.
He does his work, but he's never like overexerting himself, which a lot of guys tend to do. They think they got to work like crazy between starts and do all this stuff. I'm like, hey, what type of running do you do between starts? And he just goes, just run the bases. Like, that's it. That's it.
I would give it a 45-50% chance. I think it's going to be a coin flip. I mean, I think, like I said, I think it's going to be one of those things where the Dodgers are going to do whatever they have to do to try and get him.
Some people are like, oh, our guy's going to throw with less velo because they're going to have less time in between pitches. And Kenley's like, no, screw all you, because you're trying to make me the poster boy for the pitch clock. And even the Red Sox were putting pitch clocks on him all spring training. And look at him. He's as dominant as ever right now for Boston.
When you hear this kind of thing on a reputable radio station, a guy just saying, hey, don't wait for the Athletics to report it. I'm telling you right now they're cheating. It shows a pretty severe lack of understanding about the way reporting is done. That story on the Astros didn't just come out of nowhere. We didn't snap our fingers and say, hey, this is fun, let's just go accuse the Astros. We had to get people on the record. We had to get people off the record to explain. We had to do a lot of work on that story.
The Rays, they have so much more power right now. They have so many more homers than the Yankees. Yeah, no shit. The Rays are healthy. They have guys with potential. Judge has been out. Stanton's out. Like, are you watching your own team?
The fact of the matter is, when there's BS going on, you have to call out BS, and this is BS.
Mine were both in my last year, 16. So they did it to give me September, and then they came to me and said, hey, this is going to be your last game. It was like mid-September, and they're like, we're just going to release you. And I'm like, just put me on the fake IL again. So that way, in case I do want to play, which I knew I wasn't, at least I can just, whatever. And they were like, okay. They threw me back on for a hamstring. But I was like, gosh, I wanted to pick the injury. And you guys wouldn't let me.
And I was crushing you too.
Oh, dude, anal fissure. Oh. I don't even know what that is, but I saw someone go on the IL with it once, and it just sounded funny. because here's the thing, people then would know it was fake.
That's
awful. I did.
You said that to them?
Yeah.
And they said no.
They said we're going with hamstring. I said, okay.
It creates a lot of overthinking when you're out there trying to plan 3-4 pitches in advance and think you're doing yourself a favor by, calling the game and thinking you got everything. I put a lot of trust in the catcher. He sees things that I don't. He's got the hitter's mindset in certain scenarios. So I put a lot of trust in my catcher. So I, very, very rarely end up using the pitch comm myself.
Hello? Yeah, this is, I don't know, Scott Braun, Bud Selig secretary. Please hold for the commissioner. Oh, why is everybody calling me? Yeah, AJ, I just want you to know that please stop saying things about me like being a used car salesman on the air, because I really appreciate it. And I was like, well, weren't you a car salesman? He's like, yes, but we don't want people to know that. Thank you.
Do not drink in line.
Oh
my God.
Time out. The shadow, he even cut the outside of the grass too to make it look, oh my God. Wow, man.
Yeah, my mom, she's a spaz during games. She definitely freaks out. She's on edge, can't sit still, probably drinking a beer, walking around, definitely not sitting in her seat, just on edge for those 10 or 15 minutes, I'm out there.
What kind of beer is Sherry drinking?
It don't matter as long as it's cold when I'm out there, I think.
Like our players' wives have such an incredible, they need to be shouted out on the rooftops, because AJ didn't even say it, he's talking about just himself. Oh, this is how I'm thinking. This is how, I don't want to miss the kids, but then I also have all this stuff. They live their lives. They live their lives the whole time. And the kids have a schedule, and guess who's taking care of that stuff? The wife. The wife is taking everybody there, and then who comes home? Big, ugly man comes home from the field, and we're, not even mentioning if we bring a baggage from the field, if we bring baggage from not doing well, and now you're, getting in the way of their routine. It's a burden. We are a burden. In my opinion, we're burdens when we play, because we are so selfish and driven to try to be the best that we can be. And I was a backup catcher. AJ's playing every day.
Kratzy, my boy, talking about moms, how they always have our support and the love they always give. What do you say, Kratz?
That's it. That's it. Like, behind every good man is a good woman, and appreciate my wife and my mom so much for my journey and everything that involved it.
Hell yeah, well said. Happy Mother's Day to all the incredible, beautiful moms out there. We appreciate you. And hey, FT Live every single weekday, 1 to 3 Eastern on YouTube. You can catch the podcast wherever you get your pods. And you can catch us on the road to, I said it, more breaking news coming up on FT Live this week. We'll let you know. See you then. Foul Territory fans, listen up. Our friends at BetMGM are running an MLB Bet $10, get $100 instantly promo with the bonus code SPICYMLB. Here's how it works. Sign up and deposit at least $10 into your newly created account. Download the BetMGM Sportsbook app on iOS or Android. Place a pregame moneyline wager of at least $10 on any MLB team to win at standard odds price, and you will receive $100 in bonus bets instantly. If you sign up in Massachusetts or Ohio, you receive $200 in bonus bets. Use the bonus code SPICYMLB.